Greta Roberts. I'm the CEO of Talent Analytics, and what I'm demoing today is a new version of Talent Analytics for Salesforce. A large percentage of what you're going to be seeing today is in the existing product, and it's the more advanced things that I wanted to point out as well so that you can see that is not just a simple tool that can be used for coaching and that sort of thing, but that it can also be used to collect information about sales reps or marketing people or whoever it is that is using Salesforce to actually do analytics work to optimize performance in a role. The first thing I want to show you is that you just log into Salesforce like you normally do. Once you install Talent Analytics for Salesforce, what you'll see is that it actually, like any other App Exchange solution, becomes part of the pull-down menu over here, or it's also, you can put that over on the top to make it a tab. Once you go into the Talent Analytics for Salesforce area, you're going to see automatically that Salesforce shows you a list of all of the users inside of Salesforce for you. So you see a user here as an example, Darvo Aldamelda. You can see he's a user, and you can see that there are no Talent Analytics scores associated with his name. Remember that what we're measuring on Talent Analytics for Salesforce is actual raw talent about the people doing the work, because there's only so much coaching that you can do or training, et cetera, if that person is really far from really what could be an optimized rep, then it's really going to be a losing proposition to train or coach or mentor. And so the whole value proposition behind Talent Analytics for Salesforce is really to use your people, your top performers, as a data set of really understanding who's going to be a top performer going forward, which ties directly into performance optimization. So you'll see that many of the people that are in here already have taken their Talent Analytics assessments. You could go ahead and click on everybody, send that out all at one time. They would all get an email from Salesforce asking them to complete that. Notice that if I'm a manager, I'm going to only have access to see the people that directly report to me, and certainly those different permissions can be set up as well under the permission areas. I'm going to go ahead and show you as an example for Darvo. I'm going to click on his user ID here, and you're going to see that of the information that's inside of Salesforce today, managers are going to have information about the person doing the selling or the person doing the marketing or whoever it is, the user that is a Salesforce user. They're going to have all sorts of indications about their activities and that sort of thing, but they have no information about the person doing the work, not how to communicate with them, not what their strengths are, not what their ideal learning environment or any of those sorts of things. So what they can automatically do is go ahead and send a Talent Analytics invitation to this person, Darvo. You can see that it comes back and says the invitation was sent. And in a regular interval, then the information, once it's been completed by Darvo, and it's about a 23 to 25-minute questionnaire, is completed by Darvo, and it will be automatically refreshed inside of Salesforce, or if the person wants it refreshed more quickly, then they can go ahead and just hit the refresh button. And you'll see that this information instantly is represented here in terms of, how they want, an executive overview about the person. They're probably not going to be considered controversial. They may prefer more of a team member role than a team leader role. They will believe in the idea that pleasant surroundings are conducive for creative ideas and outcomes, how to communicate with them, what their strengths are, their ideal learning environment, their optimal work environment, tips for managing, motivating, and then any performance flags that might be there. And by the way, every person is going to have performance flags because we just can't be everything. Performance flags are outstanding for managers to use as part of their coaching tips, and really a preemptive coaching tips, kind of predictive coaching tips, so that when somebody comes on board as a new candidate or a new rep that is reporting to a manager, they can just go, wow, okay, this person might have a tendency to oversell their ideas, et cetera, so they can just watch for that. So it's extremely useful for the manager to have this on their direct reports. You can also set this so that the entire team can see the other people that work on their team, and this is, again, completely configurable. The other thing that's nice to see is a particular graph about a person's both their performance style as well as their ambitions. And you can see that what it does is actually display in more of a graphical format the performance style of this person. You can tell that they're right in the middle of being either a commanding or a collaborative person, that they're an extremely outgoing person, so that's something that can be useful for a manager to know. You would see that they tend to accomplish their work in a very fast format, and they're extremely detail-oriented, which might be kind of one of the flags. I'm sure it's one of the flags that is pointed out for this role for a salesperson. So what we measure is their performance style, and then we also measure what we call their ambitions. And we show the 7 ambitions that are here, which are really the drivers or the thing that is really compelling for the person. And then we describe, we have some very nice guides here to talk about, what's important to this person and what they mean. So we can show this economic driver here, somebody that is just absolutely compelled for bottom line results and is very interested in financial rewards. The other thing that's very interesting is now that we have, and I'm going to go back to the individual results, not only do we have all of this information here, but all of this is generated based on analytics scores. So there are actually 11 scores that are generated about this person. You can see that there's, tips here in terms of what they mean. So a score of 39 on the R score means that they're actually a very rapid sense of urgency person, et cetera. But it's extremely easy then if you take a look at it, and if your organization would want to be doing analytics work with this particular customer, you can actually look for correlations between the talent analytics scores and their actual performance scores. And the way you can do this, now that talent analytics has actually given attributes of these individuals and put them inside of Salesforce, you can look at the reports as an example, and it starts to really be a huge opportunity. We've inside of, as an example, a standard report like an opportunity pipeline plus TA, which is a Talent Analytics 2.0 scores. We can see a standard opportunity report where you would actually see like Chloe, these are all her opportunities, this is what the amount is. And what we've done is we've actually appended her Talent Analytics scores here. So again, what you can do is pull not only her performance, but also the performer information. You can extract that, and whoever does the analytics work can look for correlations between all of the sales reps, all of the marketing reps, or customer service, whoever is in here, depending on whatever all the performance it is, how many activities they have, that sort of thing, and tracking and see, is there something about the innate characteristics of the person doing the work that you can actually build a benchmark, and benchmarking is actually part of this release. So now that we see that you can also pull the characteristics into the reporting inside of Salesforce, the other thing that you may want to do is not only see an individual, because for me as a manager, I might be interested in seeing my entire Eastern team. And so here what I've done, and the manager has the ability, or if you have a consulting firm that's working with you, to build all of these different labels, kind of create your own dashboard, either ones across the organization or just for the manager. These are all my sales reps or my customer service reps or my marketing people, whomever that is inside of my team. And what I may want to do at this point is generate a playbook that shows me my entire team and gives me information for how to work with them. You can see very quickly it generates a playbook very dynamically, very on the fly. I've done this in an anonymous way, but you can also do this so that it's showing labels here of their names. So if the manager could know, tell me about my team and how are they on the performance style. You can also overlay an optimal score here in terms of a benchmark. Like as an example, if analytics work was done and correlated to these scores being an optimal top performance for solution sales, it would be ideal to actually lay this across the folks that are on your team so you can see how far away they are. Again, you can see the optimal benchmark scores that are laid across here as comparison to your team. The other thing that happens on the playbook is that it generates actually a single page on how to communicate with Abe, how to communicate with Angela, and absolutely everybody that's on your team. You could do this for your entire sales force. You can do this for all of your marketing people, all of your customer service people. You can do this on the fly, and the great thing is that as changes take place and different reporting structures take place inside of Salesforce, all of the talent analytics information would follow as well. I think that's probably the end of just a couple of minute demo. It should be extremely easy for your firm to get this up and running. It follows really Salesforce functionality and permissions and that sort of thing. It is really a solution that allows you to have a lot of privacy so that people can even say, I don't want to have my information shown, or you can open it up to really have a much more transparent organization. And information about the people that are doing the work there. Would love to have any questions that you have. I hope that this has given you a really good example of the kind of things that can be done inside of Talent Analytics for Salesforce, and hope to talk to you soon. Thanks so much.